everyone, my name is Dr. Ari. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and this is my mobile clinic. I started this during the pandemic just as a way to drive around to people's houses and make it safe and comfortable for families and kiddos. So welcome. This is the waiting area. This is where parents usually sit while their kiddos get treatment, which you'll see later. This mural was painted by my friend Patty. It's super kid friendly. Apparently I am basically a rainbow bus. Everybody gives me rainbow things now since it started here. So got a rainbow. I bought the bus in September 2020 and then had big hopes that I could convert it in 2 months, which is hilarious because it took about 7 or 8 months. Did everything, flooring, electrical, solar, all of these are custom made. My stepdad's actually a contractor on the East Coast and he built and made some of these things and then shipped them cross country so that we can install them perfectly. So it's pretty fun. It meets all of my needs, which is being an acupuncturist, having all my tools kind of in readily accessible places. But yeah, do you want to see solar? So it's the Goal Zero 1500X, and basically I didn't want to have to figure out how to make my own solar, and so this one's like plug and play. I definitely don't need much with what I'm running on it, so mainly lights that are really low wattage anyway. Mainly DC power, some AC power in the back, just a plug that I need for like a fan and some other equipment. I use a hair blow dryer with kids to warm up their bellies, so that is a plug, so I needed that. And then like, I guess charging, cell phone charging is mainly DC also, but yeah, never get it under like 80%. Go camping in this too, so we'll use a fan if it's hot, like in the desert. We'll kind of run that rather than running the AC. So that's nice. Sometimes I can get it under 80% full, but not often. And yeah, it's just 2 panels on the top, and we're in sunny, beautiful San Diego, so it's very easy to get sun power and free energy from the sun, which is kind of a crazy concept when you think about it. So I love it. It's super easy. I have like an external battery that I'll plug in there and then also use for like my computer or cell phones or things like that. So that's nice to kind of carry around to coffee shops or doing work remotely. So this actually, it's a 3-fold mattress that I bought on Amazon, and it's cushy and comfortable for sitting in a couch, like kind of in a waiting area. It's also really nice if someone's driving and you want to lounge and relax as you're driving in the bus. You kind of can move the pillows this way and lounge this way, but this pulls out, so it's kind of like a piano hinge. You pull it out like this, and then you hinge out a piece of plywood at the end and screw on 3 little legs, and then this just flattens out, and it kind of comes out to about here, so you can kind of scooch around the edge of it, or just climb over it, which is pretty easy. This is the acupuncture table. This is where kiddos will hop up. There's a little step stool to have them jump up. There's some small ones that sit up here, babies, parents too. So this is kind of the table. I have different pillows and things to make it super comfortable, but this is where they sit. You look up at the ceiling, which is kind of reflective, which is pretty fun. And then we've got these fun little llamas that bounce, and some fairy lights. So this is kind of where we do all of the things. I can move from my drawers with all my gear over here really easily. So this is kind of the spot. And then underneath are some great drawers that pull out, and I have all storage of different sheets and pillows and all that good stuff down there too. So I got started with acupuncture. Actually, it took quite a while to get to it, but both my parents were chiropractors. Never thought that I wanted to go into the field of medicine. Went to art school for a while. Then was in public health and consulting as a VP for a company for many years, working with the federal government, and then just kind of realized like I love direct care, and specifically pediatrics, so working with kids. It's just such a joy to be able to work with kiddos and help them gain some skills that help them along their entire lives. And it can be simple. It's not just like you need to go to acupuncture all the time. It's how do you do deep belly breathing? Like how do you notice when you're full or hungry? Like what are some of these skills that you can learn that you can take with you along the way? As a kiddo, I was in and out of Children's Hospital quite a bit. I had scoliosis, so saw a lot of different providers and got acupuncture care during that time, which really helped the pain from it. So that kind of re-trickled up as something that was really important to me, and just being able to help kiddos and their families heal and thrive, and just kind of go about life with a bunch of different resources that they can use. So that's kind of the why. Welcome to the bathroom. It's super tiny. It's all you need. It's really fun. It's just a solid and liquid system. It's a glorified bucket essentially with peat moss, really for emergency use or camping use. Try not to use it, but it's here in case. It's also really fun to sit on it and ride backwards in the bus. So we definitely do that. You can roll down the window, like hang your arm out. It's pretty fun. But yeah, super tiny. You just gotta watch your head. I fit well, but taller people have to be mindful when they sit down. But yeah, kind of all you need. So this is my area. So I basically have all these drawers with all my tools. So acupuncture needles, non-acupuncture needles for kids, non-acupuncture tools for kids, stethoscope, all that good stuff is all in these drawers. And then I have a sink, obviously, because hand washing is a big thing that I do regularly throughout treatments. So it's just a really simple 2-bucket system with a pump that I step on and then can wash my hands under here. And it's basically all I need. Also, sometimes use it for drinking water if needed, like on a camping trip. It's good to have 2 5-gallon buckets and make it really easy to carry water. So that's that. And then it also waters these plants, which are really fun. They're basically little test tubes and on a little wooden piece that I drilled into the wall because I thought it'd be nice to have some greenery and life in the bus. I definitely have to remember to water them because the water evaporates very easily in here, but they're really fun. And I have some goodies that kiddos have made for me, like a little Acubus beads and little drawings, and put them up on the wall. And then we have these curtains that are really nice because you can get privacy with the white part that kind of rolls down. So you can get privacy but airflow still, and then you can also roll down kind of a darkening dual curtain here too. So that's good to have. All right, pros and cons of the bus as a mobile clinic. I would say, first off, I love that I can go to people's houses. It makes it so easy for people to just like kind of, especially with kids, like walk out their front door, come in, walk back in their house. Mobilizing kiddos, it takes a lot of effort, so I think that's a real service to them. A con of that would just be that I'm driving a lot more than I probably would want to. I try to actually book people, so I'll see a whole neighborhood and I'll go to one place and then see a bunch of people while I'm there. But I'm still growing, right? So it takes some time to like establish those little locations. I think ideally I would have one place a week where I just go, people come to me. Yeah, so cons, I would say like all of the driving. I don't love driving also, which is funny that I have a mobile practice. Didn't really think that one through. But yeah, I love driving. Gas mileage is not great in buses, as I'm sure a lot of you know. It's quite low. I have a Prius for my other car, so I feel like it kind of balances it out. I feel a little less bad for the environment that way. I'd love to have like a diesel or like a veggie fuel or an electric bus one day when those are made. Another pro is that I can kind of like set my own hours and I can be really flexible with my time. I don't have to pay like a set fee at a clinic and make sure that I'm in all those days. I can kind of have days off where I'm not working, which is a big goal of mine. I worked 40+ hours in corporate America for 10-ish years and burnt myself out. So being able to have like a day off where I just go to the beach and go surfing and then have a day where I'm filled with patients is pretty awesome with this setup. I would say another con is that I am more expensive, so that kind of does exclude certain people, but I try to give free care. I go annually to Fiji every year and give free care, and then I give patients that can't afford it free care. So I'd like to be able to do that rather than discounting my services so much and me barely getting by and then not being able to serve other people. So that's like both a pro and a con, I would say. I love that I have all the things set up in the exact way that I need to use them. Like I have these drawers, I pull things out, I walk over here, it's a 3-foot gap, super easy. So that's really nice. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to check out more info about the Acubus, feel free to visit us on Instagram at the.acu.bus, acu.bus, or www.theacubus.com. Thanks so much.